recession during COVID lockdowns. So during the COVID lockdowns, we have a greater recession, the Great Depression of 1929 till 1933, and the economy, the world economy, contracted in Great Depression by 10%. And during COVID lockdowns, the world economy contracted 15%, which is way more than during Great Depression. It was still then the greatest depression ever, and the unemployment skyrocketed. The production got almost non-existent, so there were a lot of and the protests started. So yeah, I've been 2 times to the protest against the COVID lockdowns, against the mask mandate, against the vaccination, against everything. They know what they're doing. People who always contracted the world, who always hated everybody, they know what they're doing. They know that it's gonna be inevitable. They don't care what the truth is. They only care about what they want, and what they want is less everything on this world, less production, less power for the average guy, less everything. And now, immediately after the mask mandates fall down, so we immediately have the meeting at the Davos, and the Klaus Schwab telling us you will be happy and you will own nothing. So no, I'm not gonna fall for that. I'm very happy when I own things, and yeah, I'm happy about that. And I'm not gonna eat bugs. That's it, But during COVID lockdowns, whole economy fell. Whole economy fell, and there was way less production for the COVID years, and it was all made. All the governments agreed, so on. Only few countries left aside. For example, the Belarus didn't pose any any lockdowns and any mask mandates. There was the mass protest in Belarus, and they tried to bribe the Belarusian president Lukashenko, but they fell. They offered him 90 million US dollars, not 19, but 90 million US dollars to bribe him to impose the COVID lockdowns and impose the mask mandates, but he didn't accept it, So they organized a lot of protests, and they failed miserably. Some people are stupid, but not all of them are so stupid to accept that. People like their job, and people never fall for that. So how all came to an end? It was by the Canadian truckers. Canadian truckers do a lot of damage to all of that. There was 50,000 trucks in Ontario, Canada. Such a massive protest, They need you cannot organize the tow trucks to move such a huge vehicles. You can't move them. There's very little to nothing to do, and now they there was also after there was also a court. You need to be responsible for what you did. So the Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, he organized the martial law, which is not by the Constitution, and there was the court meeting, and there was the judging the judges now decide, so it was against the law, probably, but so how every country is corrupted, so we're still waiting. We're still waiting for the inevitable to happen. He's gone. Justin Trudeau, he's gone, you know. People don't like him anymore. You know, they will see massive protests. They can lie, but they can lie for forever, you know. That's the whole issue, you know. You can fool some people some of the time. You can fool all the people like some of the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. And that's how it works, you know. That's how all the system failed, you know. That's now we don't need to wear any mask anymore. The masks are completely useless. So they don't protect against anything. You know, if you need to paint something, you need to have the CO2 mask, not the. You not carry the completely useless paper mask, which doesn't doesn't protect you against anything. You know, you can take 8 masks, the paper mask, and you can still drink beer to it. That's how useless it is. So yes, no more mask mandates, no more lockdowns, no more vaccination. And against of all, after all of this happened, now we have the climate lockdowns. You know, that's the first thing we need to now to be very aware of. You know, they will now oppose more and more like eco-tyranny. Now we need to protect you against CO2, which is like the basic necessity for the plants. They produce oxygen, we take the oxygen. We produce CO2, and plants breathe CO2. That's how the nature works, folks. That's how the nature works.